Alrighty, everybody, we are back once again for the Global Racing League, coming to you tonight from China for the Schumacher series, brought to you by SullyShirts.com, Shutter Media, and SimRacing.co.za. And you're all in for a bit of a special treat this evening. I have a co-commentator with me, Grant. How are you doing this evening?
I'm absolutely fantastic. I don't know who's in for the treat. I think it's me, myself. I mean, look at the driver lineup we've got tonight. Rico Chicchiotta, Apex Sinker, Deku Csav's making his return. Toblerone back in the action again. This is going to be a very, very good night of racing.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean, initially we weren't looking at many drivers. We have everyone here. Verdux is in the house. Elmo, yeah, Toblerone. Good to see him back. And Csavs, of course, being a notable lack of presence from him recently. So I'm excited for this one.
I don't know if the other drivers would be though. He's so fast. He's so competitive. And
yeah,
we're racing at China where you probably remember I had my first World Series run at, which is just a difficult track. And there's so many areas where you can get it wrong, and there's other areas where you can get it right. So it's going to be a really interesting blend. I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like China's very unforgiving early on, but then the further you get along in the track, it does. I mean, that's what is it? The second last turn off that main back straight, is kind of tricky. But yeah, a big overtaking opportunity there.
Yeah.
So no.
The last time I raced there, I almost took out the Viking. I got loaded pedals and I put my foot on the brake pedal, and the chair that I had was on wheels, and the brake pedal.
Oh no!
Oh, it's raining!
Oh, it's wet! It's wet! It's wet! Oh, look out!
I'm so glad I didn't race tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite. I owe you.
Hey, this is what we live for.
If you're a glutton for punishment, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Global Racing.
Yeah, pretty much. So
now, this is going to be fascinating. We're going to just stay with a wet track throughout qualifying. Somebody's coming out, so it looks like
the Viking's coming out. Whether he'll finish his lap, it's always the question. Who else have we got out there?
Toblerone.
Toblerone's out. Drix as well. So Drix is the first out the lane, I think. So we might ride on board with him. I don't know if you know the tradition. We generally ride on board with the first person out of the pit lane. So
nice.
Good luck all. Hello, Kat. Hope you're doing well there.
Cato, nice to have you in the chat, my friend. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday.
So yeah, we'll ride on board with Drix for now. Just see what happens. I don't know if Viking will finish his lap. We'll keep an eye on him though. As I just enable a bit more stuff. Hey, Mad Spirit, g'day. How you going?
The dynamic duo. Hopefully we don't put our feet in our mouth, but that's the aim anyway. So we'll see how we go. Oh, and that's easy to do.
Yeah, I think it's a given that we're going to do that.
Yeah. Hardly a problem. Now, where Drix is at the moment, this is the difficult part of the circuit in the dry, let alone the wet.
Yeah.
Fourth gear, and you can see he's very tentative on the juice.
Yeah, car's fighting him at this point. As we see, they're on the full wets, so it's absolutely pouring with rain at the moment.
You'd have to wonder if the Viking's gone out, and also Drix for that matter, just to get a feel of what it's like out there in the wets. And you can see a big brake lock up there.
Yeah, definitely.
From Drix. You know, maybe they're just getting a feel for it just in case it is raining during the race.
That would make a lot of sense. Viking generally does what I would call sighter laps, just to get a feel, as you just eloquently put it. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe Viking will qualify this time. Who knows? But we see a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's one of the Red Bulls. Is that for Ducks? Might not be.
Pentagonial, I'm with you too, my friend. I'm glad I'm not out there qualifying in this. That would be an absolute shocker. But chat, let's find out. Cato, Mad Spirit, everybody out there, who do you think is likely to take pole if it stays raining like this? I know where I'd like to have my money. What about you, Tom? Where would you like to have your hard-earned?
I mean, given how consistent Rico's been of late, I guess that's where I would be. That's where my money would fall, but we do have CSAVs back this week, who is obviously a very classy driver, so really tricky. I think we're gonna have a battle between Rico and CSAVs, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not gonna pick one side
look,
or the other.
It's a loaded question too, because I was
is.
watching you on Thursday night while I was at work, and I looked at the top 8 with about 10 laps left to go. The top 8 all had a realistic chance of taking a victory. It's just so tough in this class. The Schumacher series is brilliant.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Well, Trixie's going for it too, isn't he?
He's not looking all right. Yeah.
He's going to put in a time. It'll be interesting to see where it compares.
I mean, he does have time. Not the end of the world if he doesn't set a fast lap now, but let's see. He's gonna give someone, give everyone something to aim with. And we see the Dux is out. Drix with 154.52, so that's what we're looking at. That's not bad. Not bad. It's wet though. It's hard to gauge.
I'd be happy if I could set that.
Oh, me too. And Toblerone goes fastest with 149.057. Rico now quickest over the line. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with everyone. Elmo is a little way off the pace. So let's have a look at CSAVs. Let's see what CSAVs is up to. O10s will win it. Okay. If you don't say so yourself, O10s. Good to see you there, O10s. Are you going to actually partake? You're not in quali at the moment. CSAV's over the line with 146.030. So, oh my God, 2 seconds quicker.
And intermediate tyres too.
What?
CSAV's did that on Inters, a 146.03. Yeah. Wets for Rico and Inters for Deku as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, I need to get that.
Elmo's just about to come out on intermediate. We'll give a run on intermediate. So to Gares. And Apex is going to line up the intermediates. When you look at the track, as you can see on our vision at the moment, there is a little bit of standing water out there, but obviously the guy's thinking that Inters are the quick way around at the moment. And CSAVs hasn't backed off on this lap either.
No, not at all. Yeah, he really went for it. So, okay. And basically, and there's so much standing water on the exit of that turn into the back straight.
Sorry, just watching CSAS. He got the biggest tank slapper you've ever seen in your life and did, as you would expect from him, just a beautiful job to hold on to it.
That sounds like him. We're already off to a great start. I do love these conditions, really testing the drivers. We have, obviously, as many of you are aware, we have no assists on the drivers. Elmo with a 145.927 going quickest. Whoa, okay. I'm glad I was on board there. Wow, okay.
He's a talent, this guy, not just as a race car driver, in so many things he does behind the scene, and a really decent human being too. So anytime he's at the top of the pops, even though he's getting the back of that car moving around a bit at the moment, you're always happy for him, aren't you?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, definitely an all-round gentleman. That's how I would describe Elmo. Just
totally. And that's a good time. 145.
Really good time. Yeah, wow. Amazing. As it stands, basically everyone in the pits, so we're right on board with Sinker, yet to set a time on an outlap currently. And just if anyone watching can just let me know if audio levels are right, because this is the first time that Grant and I have done this, so if he's not loud enough or anything like that, please let me know, and I will adjust.
I'd be turning me down. That's what I'd be doing if I was you.
I'd rather turn you up, and I'll just go have a siesta.
Well, let's see what Sinker can do. He's a little bit loose coming onto the straight, but now he's giving it a bit of a go. Makes his way 7th gear up into 8th gear at the moment. down towards the first turn, a tricky part of the track. You want to let the car flow through here, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done, right? It looks like he's just run a bit wide.
A little bit wide there, yeah. But
he's
definitely that corner, it's all about your downshifting. And yeah, just being very progressive on it, if that makes sense. And yeah, just really easing the car through that turn. It's a very tricky turn. I guess that's technically turn 2. But
yeah, they can't. Oh, he's off. He's off. And
didn't hit the wall. Didn't hit the wall. Didn't hit the wall. No. Oh, maybe lightly.
Let's have a look at the front wing. We can see the left-hand side, which would probably be the impact side. So maybe you're right. Maybe you just
the wing's intact. The wing's intact, but yeah, there might be some light damage there. He's definitely going to reevaluate.
Why he decided to come and race today?
Well, riding on board now with Sinker, though, we can see that I feel like that rain's easing a little bit. I could be mistaken. So I think it's definitely getting into Inter territory.
Well, if Jeff says it's going to rain for the next 25 minutes, then it's pretty certain that it's going to dry up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just on board with LCN on an outlap. Just a bit of a moment there. As he goes through turn 1/2. But was a warm-up lap, so what's he going to do? Is he going to... Yeah, he's going to keep going. But we have a few drivers...
No front wing. Sorry to bump in. No front wing for
LCN.
LCN,
yeah. And I think he's given up by the look. Let's have a look at Gares. So Gares seems to be on a flying lap now on the Inters. Yeah, I think that was a retirement pen.
I should see if I can get you to share screen with me too.
I did mean to do that. I can do that right now. Sorry, I meant to do that.
You're a ledge. But at the moment, Gares making his way around the track. He's elected to come out onto those intermediates as well to give them a bit of a go. They seem to be, well, in fact, the top 4 times have all been set by intermediates, and Toblerone being the first of which to not be on intermediates on the full wets. He did 3 laps on those. I've got that pump. Thank you very much, champion.
Oh, good, Grant. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I meant to set that up before we went go.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Don't you love when your wheel doesn't work? I don't know who that is, Facebook user, but yeah, that's always fun when that happens. Big lock up there by Gares.
I have issues with my wheel. I set certain things up and everything works fine. Then I get into a race and then nothing works, and it does your head in. It really does. There's too much to think about in a race. Well, there is for me anyway.
And Gares going second quickest there with a 1:46.003. So this track's definitely drying out. Would you agree, Grant?
Oh, totally. Yeah. And you can see it on. You can actually see it on screen at the moment too. There's less of that standing water. Less of those puddles to contend with.
Exactly. Yeah. So just gonna have a look at Aussie Dude. We see who just moved up. Was that? I think Millsy might have moved up there.
Millsy's been racing exceptionally well of recent times. I remember when I first got into the series, he and I were racing side by side, but he has left me for dead at the moment.
He's got a lot of skill,
Yeah, becoming very consistent too, which is the key to winning these races. So it won't be long before we see him standing on the podium.
I don't think so, yeah, exactly. Yeah. CSAV's went quickest, but then Apex now has gone quickest with a 1:44.747. Oh God, what's that, like 2/400ths of a second quicker than CSAV, so that's amazing.
Now the information is that LCN, he's off on the Alfa Romeo, and the loss of the front wing was because of his steering wheel. That was him in the Facebook chat, so sorry to hear that, man. Rip.
Yeah, that sucks, LCN.
That is tough, but looking at the conditions out there, you're probably better off sitting in the garage getting some repairs, sorting out that wheel.
That's right, yeah. Thinking about tomorrow. Unless it's wet tomorrow, and then, yeah. Oh, that means a lot. I'm going to assume that's LCN with that comment, but thank you.
From a guy that's big off there for Cheeky Otter. He's managed to keep it off the wall.
Oh. God damn.
Spectacular.
He really gave it too much. Yeah, out of that corner. It's very hard to do that, in my opinion, but there you
Well,
go.
I'm sure he'll give you lessons if you ask.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. He was sitting in 10th in qualifying, and we know that there's more in that car from him than that. So, you know, he's gathered it all up, and because it's, because it is wet, those tyres aren't going to be boiling their head off. And in probably the next couple of turns, he'll be able to get them back into race shape and give it another shot.
Yeah, that's right. He should be able to do another lap on these tyres, and why wouldn't you? So, have a look. Just having a look at Toblerone. Currently going through turn 1. I don't know,
but the track too.
He did.
Lines. Oh.
Yeah. He goes
purple.
purple.
Locks it up.
Oh, big lock. He went purple, but yeah, big lock into. I think that's about turn 6 from memory.
And that's the challenging thing about these conditions, isn't it? If you don't push hard, you're not going to get a time. If you do push that little bit, and we're talking a foot, half a foot, and that's enough to lock it up and you miss the apex and thrown away your lap.
That's right. But everyone's being dealt the same deck, so,
True, absolutely true.
Everyone's going to be making mistakes.
They always say that rain's the great leveler, isn't it?
It is, yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Gets rid of setup issues and reverts more back to the pilot of the vehicle. And at the moment, he's doing a pretty good job, even though he had those couple of lockups. I don't think it would be an unrespectable time that he's about to set.
No, I think it'll still be very respectable. Tobbs is a classy driver at the end of the day, so. We'll see. He's about to go through the last turn over the DRS marker, which we can't use, obviously, and into 6th. So 1:45.605 for Toblerone. So
and you know what would be going through his mind at the moment, don't you? If I hadn't have run wide, if I hadn't had those two brake lockups, what time would I have got? Because a 1:45.60 with mistakes, that's impressive.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, he normally would have expected to be in that 1:44 sort of mark, like a low 1:44. Sorry, Grant.
Pentagonial in chat just made a very interesting point too. Have a look in second spot, 1:44.747.
Yeah.
For the Jumbo Jet himself.
I know.
Apex.
Yeah.
He's a controller player. He doesn't have wheels. He's got a controller. My good, that's crazy sort of stuff for a controller.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And he's on an outlap, so given that the track is improving, we can expect a lot more from Apex. Apex has been very classy past few weeks, I might add. So yeah, no, wouldn't put it past him. Wouldn't put it past him to maybe hit P1.
Red Bull is in big trouble. Toblerone out in the paddock. He managed to keep it off the wall as we ride on board with Deku at the moment. No harm, no foul, but there will be a yellow flag. Yeah. He came close to it. He came really close to it.
He was right on that wall line. Oh yeah, Elmo's very impressive too. So I think C-Savs and Rico, they've got a real challenge in front of him here.
Well, that's what we were saying before. I mean, there's so many drivers. Look, okay, let's go through them. Could Apex win? Yes. Could Elmo win? Yes. But C-Savs win definitely. Gers, Rico, Cheeky Otter, Toblerone, Deku, even Beatty Nuts, there's
exactly,
Viking,
Viking can always do it. Yeah.
Where does one stop?
Yeah. And I will add as well, Elmo just set the quickest time with a 1:43.606. Wow. So he moves over a second in front of Apex. So all the drivers will be hoping that they've left it to the very last minute here to get their times in.
We'll just call him Ayrton Elmo for the remainder of this race after
Ayrton
a performance
Elmo.
like that in the wet. Wow. Holy Toledo.
I like that one. Yeah, that's good.
He's obviously been doing a lot of wet weather practice to be able to pull that one out of the bag. I mean, you look at that, a 143 plays, apex of a 144.7. Like, that's a huge gap.
It's epic, yeah, absolutely huge. Like, well, we're right on board now with CSABs, obviously the reigning champion of the Schumacher series. Very intrigued to see where he places.
And he's another decent human being too.
CSABs is an absolute living legend. So is Roger. I don't know if Roger's in the house, but if you are, hello. Roger Sab normally joins in. I still need to go and have a cocktail with Roger.
I'm tipping not one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and this is an impressive lap from CSABs too. There hasn't been too much movement in the rear end of the car.
No, yeah, it's looked good. Elmo just went quickest for 1:43.242. So, CSABs with everything to gain here, but everything to lose at the same time. Although it probably wouldn't matter where he starts, particularly if it is a dry start.
So Elmo's just getting more and more confident as time goes by. That's,
CSAB's second quickest, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or third, I think. I think he was third quickest. I think he was behind Apex.
Oh, wow. In front of
no,
Apex.
he's in front. He's in front. Okay, there we go.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, goodness. All right. That's a hell of a result.
So it's Elmo over CSAB. Second row will be Apex and Rico. That's got to be an awesome battle to turn one.
Goodness, yeah.
Gare, Sinker, Toblerone, Deku, Cheeky Otter, Drix, DJ Millsy, the Aussie dude, LCN after steering wheel issues back there in 13 with V-Ducks. He's a further off the pace than I would have expected. Beady Nuts. Oh, they've set no times. That's why Rove and the Viking all sitting from at the back and playing cunning.
Yeah, I think the Ducks didn't want a part of that, and that's fair enough.
That was my tactic, the thief.
Yeah.
Run and hide. Run and hide.
I know. Oh, well, let's see what the conditions will be here.
CSABs has just posted in our group chat, that's tough. Wow. And at least we're going to have sunny conditions for the race.
That's right. So,
damn.
Now we're we're up for a hell of a race here, Grant. What are your predictions now? Like, given that qualifying, it's tough, isn't it? Like,
it really it's the toughest series to try and find a winner. You know, there's so much talent out there, and the gap between the first and 10th is not much. Lights about to go out. Time to go racing, Tom.
Off they go. The lights are out. Elmo leads us away from CSAVs. Pretty clean start so far. Couple of moves up. Gares has managed to move up a position.
CSAVs is going on with this through turn one, and he's got to get the race lead. Nice, clean racing. One car off in the background, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was maybe Deku in the rear.
You can forget
the
pit stop strategies. Nobody follows those. Big go by the Alpine up the inside and tags the back.
Oh, yeah, big collision there. Oh, and there goes Sinker's front wing. Will that be a safety car? Shouldn't be enough for a safety car. Maybe a virtual safety car, given the debris on the track. But I don't think we're going to see anything there. But, oh, goodness, what a start that was.
They all got through turn one cleanly, and it all came apart in turns 2 and 3.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it just all fell apart.
They all thought, oh, yeah, I got this far. Let's go. Let's go.
They've really settled down. I'm just going to ride on board with Rove. And actually, really amazing to see now we have 17 drivers in the lineup tonight.
It's a good turnout too, isn't it?
Very good turnout.
There's no safety car, so they're still playing for keeps.
Yep. Deku manages to get by Beady Nut. So it wasn't Deku. It must have been. So Sinker and Drix have had moments. Maybe Rove as well. Move a little bit further afield. Viduk's having a bit of a look there. On board with Gers. Just keeping an eye on the Apex v Rico action. So we've got CSABs in the front, Elmo and Rico in third. So this is definitely going to be one to watch. What do you reckon?
Yeah, and this is going to be a good little private battle between Apex and Rico too. I think both of them believe that they're stronger than each other, and we're about to find out who's got the upper hand here at the China circuit. I wouldn't like to be in amongst them myself. They're two very, very quick pilots.
Oh, exactly. They
give themselves a little bit of breathing space over Gers and Toblerone as well.
Well, I mean, it's a long, we've still got 26 laps to go. So 27 to go rather, and yeah, it's a race, not a sprint. So.
And for those that are looking for the pecking order, the top 5, CSABs, Elmo, Rico, Apex and Gers, all on mediums, but Toblerone and Cheeky Otter have decided to go out there on hards. So that's why they've fallen off the battle a little bit, but those hards will start to come into their own as this race progresses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so we'll definitely try and nerd it out as we progress, but we'll just sort of see how the field settles through these first few laps. Viduk's currently with the biggest gain, so Viduk's up from P14 into P7, which is very impressive. CSAB's with the fastest time with 1:35.276.
He's starting to stretch his legs now, isn't he? DRS is opened by the stewards. It's time for fun.
We're going to see some overtaking.
Absolutely. The front 3, 4 are all in DRS. Then in 5, in actual fact. Then you go back to Toblerone, and he's got V-Ducks in his DRS and Cheeky Otter.
Just having a look further afield, I think DJ Millsy might have had a bit of a moment there. He lost a couple of positions. There was a yellow flag temporarily, I think caused by him. I'm not sure what happened. But...
Well, the Aussie dude's gone back from his starting spot too, if my memory serves me correctly.
He's lost one position, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe those two have had a discussion that didn't end well.
Maybe, yeah. Sinker at this stage, the biggest loser out of it all, losing 10 positions from his starting spot. So he'll be very upset with that.
Well, how good for CSABs. He's been able to pull out a 1.2 second gap going onto that back straight, which has broken the DRS range of Elmo. He really started putting in, as we saw with that fastest lap, some quick times, and Elmo's trying to go with him. Rico is struggling to stay in the DRS range of Elmo at the moment as well.
Yeah, Elmo's definitely going to break away. Just riding on board with Aussie Dude, seemed to spin out into the turn into the back straight. CSABs with the fastest time with 1:35.208. Back on board with, let's ride on board with LCN now, currently in P9. Good view of the battle between Toblerone and Vidux. They're both having a bit of a look at each other.
LCN had the DRS open and was squirting his ERS as well. But couldn't find a way past Cheeky Otter, who his name, when you race against him, his name lives up to it. He's very cheeky, isn't he? But in a lovely way.
Exactly, yeah.
And I do mean that in the nicest possible way.
Again, another wonderful human being, old Cheeky Otter. Definitely someone I've got a lot of time for. I have a lot of time for everyone.
I think that's one of the best things about racing in these championships of global, is that everybody, it's very much a community, isn't it? There's no people throwing stones at each other, except for 5-10 minutes after the race, but they get over that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're going to be a little bit upset if you've been yeeted off the track.
Again.
So no, definitely one of the best communities I've ever joined.
Apex and Gers going side by side into the final turn there. Nice little battle. Apex trying to find a way back past his mate Gares. Well,
Apex has the better line, but yeah, can't get it done.
I use the term mate very loosely.
Let's move a little bit further forward. Yeah, Apex gets back in front of Gares.
And now, once again, Gares back up the inside of him into turn 2.
Yeah, gets that done.
Yeah, how
Very easily.
That fight's got to go on for.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be the story of the evening. That's a good thing about China. There's so many places to overtake, and the DRS zones are actually, in my opinion, nearly perfect. So I think this is going to be a good race.
Deku's not all that far off Beatty Nuts too, back there in 11th spot at the moment. Those two are just making their way towards a great little battle. We won't be far off DRS.
Yeah. Well, and I might just switch to having a look at tyres. So we're looking at Deku on hards v medium. So Beatty Nuts really needs to really take off. You know, that's the softer your compound, the faster you want to go, if that makes sense. So,
and this is a track too where it's very easy to push the limits and get track penalties. We're 5 laps into it at the moment. Nobody's been given a slap across the wrist.
Which is
actually there'd be a
impressive.
couple of warnings out there, though, I would suggest.
Yeah, I think there'll be some warnings. We see Rico now getting in front of Elmo. He's doing very well there. Elmo will now have DRS on Rico as we approach turn 1. So Elmo back in front. But Elmo has that inside line. So Rico back in front. So yeah, they're just gonna keep switching back and forward. I love it.
And neither of them, or actually, in actual fact, Rico's got a little bit more ERS available at the moment, so he's slightly got the upper hand, but he has been following Elmo and saving up a little bit too, it needs to be said.
That's what I find with these alien drivers. The guys that are at the top, they just don't use the ERS until they really have to. They leave it to the last minute and then they do it. So VDux has managed to pick up a time penalty for exceeding track limits in 6 spots, so he's got 3 seconds to try and find out there as well. So yeah, he'll be definitely looking to try and improve that gap on LCN. LCN is of course going to put all the pressure on him. LCN out of that turn. Just a little bit of rear end movement, but not bad. LCN is a very classy driver.
Oh, absolutely. And he's right within the DRS range of VDux. And it looks like now that he's got down to 30-odd percent, as you can see on the screens of his ERS. So I wonder if he's just going to sit back here and collect a little bit. Difficult to sort of recharge around this track, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. You've got, leading into this is a heavy braking zone. But otherwise, it's just a very flat-out track. So, yeah, recharging your battery is so difficult around China. So, we'll see. So, but VDux, yeah, they're about on par in terms of ERS, just having a look there. We'll see. And we see Apex has pitted very early.
And Drix somewhere has picked up a DNF, unfortunately, after showing such promising qualifying as... bowed out.
Yeah, I totally missed that. I don't know what happened.
That was, I think I actually saw him disappear off turn 1 on the opening lap, but I thought he got back on because I didn't see him collect the wall, but obviously something's happened off screen. He generally jumps into chat, so maybe he can bring us up to date if he does.
Yeah, that'd be handy. Apex if you're around. Drix if you're around. Good to get some insight.
Elmo looking down the inside of Rico again as they come down towards the final turn. It gets past well and truly before the braking area. So once again, the cat and mouse games between these two in second continue. And to be honest with you, and you know what this is like, Tom, they're better off not fighting and seeing if they can use their ERS to try and close the gap between them and CSAT.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bolting away with this.
Yeah, they could work together to get the job done. But at the end of the day, they are F1 car racers. they're gonna be competitive. So
Apex works as my engineer, and he keeps saying, HK, show some patience. And I said I did until turn 1. Still a great little battle between Cheeky Otter and Toblerone too.
Yeah.
They're the front-running drivers on hard tyres too. So effectively, when these guys pit, as we can see, really good dice down into the braking area. Cheeky Otter holding out Toblerone, but these guys, once the others start pitting, are going to become the effective race leaders.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, they're on good strat. They're on a very good strat right now.
It's just so hard though. The hard tyres, they just take so long to come up to temperature, and it's very easy to bend it in the opening laps. Once they do, they're a great tyre, but he's made a mistake now.
Cheeky Otter,
Toblerone has had a go, and it's going to get him down into the braking area. But what's going to happen in 2 seconds' time?
DRS.
DRS with Cheeky Otter. All that work thrown out the door.
That always sorts everyone out.
And Elmo and Rico are running side by side again too.
Yeah, Rico, managing to get back in front. I'm just going to ride on board with Cheeky Otter.
Toblerone had enough of a gap there. So enough of a gap to deny Cheeky Otter an overtake there. We see, was that Gares? Gares having a bit of a moment there.
Yeah, he's still going. Oh, he's coming into the pits. He's got way big handling issues.
I can't see if there's wing damage or what. I think, just looking at this angle, I can't see a front wing. So I think he's lost his front wing. We'll just confirm that as he pits.
What's the pit crew ready to do?
They're putting a new wing on. No, they're not. No, I don't know what happened there. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I swear I couldn't see a wing, but anyway. That's interesting. On board with LCN up in P5.
Yeah, what a great steer from him so far with 9 laps down.
He's, like I was saying earlier, very classy driver. He just makes stupid mistakes at the wrong time.
Well, I'm not going to criticise that.
No, I do the same, yeah.
That's what makes it hard. If we weren't drivers ourselves, we could sit here and bang these guys today, tomorrow. But the fact of the matter is, we do 10 times worse than they.
Exactly.
They've got, I'm speaking for myself here and not stretching you, but these guys have got talent. Big slide from Deku coming onto the back straight too. He managed to hold it together.
Kept it together.
Lost a little bit of time, but yeah, that battle, look at now. LCN having a go at B-Dutch. Won the final turn. This is going to be dicey. Runs a bit wide.
But yet, entering another DRS zone. Both pretty much on par in terms of ERS. But the main straight DRS zone's not quite long enough to get anything done, but puts him right on the tail of the Ducks as we enter this very tricky first right-hander. See Deku getting in front of Cheeky Otter there. So
yeah, he did it.
Impressive.
He did it coming onto the start-finish straight by running like white, and I mean real white. He was out in the almost going to pit lane sort of stuff, so he'll pick up a warning for that, but he did pick up the spot and moves to be second quickest of the hard runners.
That's excellent, yeah. I need to very quickly get a beer.
As you do.
We'll ride on board with C-Sabs, who's managed to break out 3.2 seconds. Hopefully nothing happens, but Grant, you keep them going. I'll be right back.
I've also got my own screen too. And one of the hard parts is, while Tom's off doing replenishment duties, I can tell you that when I listen to him normally, he's always in a struggle to determine where he should be watching and what he should be looking for, because so much goes on within these races. I've got 2 screens and I don't know where to look at the moment. It's just enthralling, these battles. I'm currently focusing on the dice between Cheeky Otter. DJ Millsy's fought back exceptionally well to be in this battle too. Deku, who's leading that lot. And as we speak, DJ Millsy's going for the overtake on Cheeky Otter. Gets it done. has a half look at shutting down the door there and is able to move up into 8th spot. As we said, is a man who is definitely improving. He's on the medium tyres at the moment, so those tyres with 11 laps down would be right at their peak performance. They won't last forever, and he'll be desperately trying to move up to Deku and pass him. He has chewed up just a little bit of his ERS. He's down to 29% at this stage of the game. That's one of the other close battles that's taking place out there on the track. Beating Nuts within the DRS range of Cheeky Otter as well, who seems to be involved in everybody's battles at the moment. And the Viking slowly working his way forward. Doesn't have DRS assistance at the moment, sitting back there in 12th spot. Elmo up front in 3rd spot, still in the DRS range. And ladies and gentlemen, he now has 97% ERS, so you know he's lining up a challenge. And on Rico, who's also been saving at the moment too, he's got 81%. So I think these two are just sort of playing at the moment with the idea that they're going to be battling out second if CSAVS is able to continue his march forward. He's held the gap at about 3.3, so I dare say he's backed off a little bit and is starting to protect his tyres. Only the one penalty to V-Ducks at the moment for track limits. LCN's up into 4th. He is just flying at the moment. He's still got V-Ducks in his DRS range.
And Apex issued with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So only the second driver to be issued. Oh no, Cheeky Otter now. The third driver with 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So we're starting to see the drivers getting a little bit sloppy.
We could sing the song, couldn't we? 16 bottles of beer on the wall. 16 bottles.
We could, yeah.
They're starting to fall, my friend. It's so difficult around this track. Because it's so open and there's no concrete walls, you're inclined to want to push it. You're inclined to want to go in late.
Yeah.
And sometimes you pay that penalty.
It's another track like that is like France. Paul Ricard. Oh, you know, you just really want to push the limits, and it's so easy to do it. And yeah, it bites you in the back. Although, I mean, the ultimate penalty track is obviously Canada. Like, that is, like, brutal in terms of penalties.
Yeah,
like, it's so easy to get a penalty.
And if you haven't raced before, or you haven't raced in a league, picking up penalties like that is just giving away positions, hard-earned positions out there on the track.
Yeah.
The object of the exercise is get to the level of the esports guys, at least in not being able to step over the white line. Because if you can do that, you're always going to gain points.
Exactly, yeah. And
easy to say, hard to do, right, Tom?
yeah, that's 100%, yeah. Like, every week I'm here commentating, like, telling everyone what to do. It's like, yeah, I don't do any of that. But
No.
So
now, something weird's happened because our Delta times have been reset. DJ Mills has gone into the pits. He's going to change tyres. BD Nuts has followed. The Vikings move forward. He's in the 10th. He's staying out there on those 12-lap-old mediums.
So I think these mediums, if I was going to rate them, because this is about the point in a race, I normally rate them. They're probably good for, I reckon at least 16 laps, maybe 20.
Yeah, I'd push them to 20 here.
I'd push them to 20. Yeah.
The power down areas of this track, this area where we're making our way with Rove at the moment, this is probably where the front tyres cop the biggest amount of damage because you're up in 6th gear, maybe pulling 7th depending on your setup, and you can see there's always understeer. That was a classic example, Rove. Thank you very much, my friend. I owe you for that. Perfect example. And in front of him, Cheeky Otter suffering the same problem at the moment. That's what destroys your front tyres. Of course, power down wheel spin chews up your rears and heats them up.
Exactly, yeah. So, but otherwise, it's a pretty friendly track. Like, so yeah. No, I reckon those mediums. Now, who's a tire insane nutter? Normally, like, Gares would be, but he doesn't seem to be tonight. Normally, Gares pushes tyres to their absolute limit.
Well, this is a nice little dice between
Yeah.
Rove and Cheeky Otter. They've
Cheeky
just done
Otter
the
getting
switch
that.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
There's
it
a
back.
sitting duck under DRS, but he's been able to fight back nicely.
I'll duke it out again. We'll see what happens.
And he's pumping the juice at the moment on these ERS, trying to stay in front. It's worked for him, but he's down to 30-odd%, plays 41.
Yeah. But we're only halfway through the race, so it shouldn't matter too much. So.
Rove squirting again. Dives to the inside, hard under brakes.
Oh, good look there.
Beautiful racing.
Just as we go off board. So Rove will have that no outside line, but no, just can't get it done there. Flat out, full flat out that turn, but yeah, just very hard to overtake. I don't think I've ever seen an overtake there.
Wow, he is so racy today, isn't he? Look at him all over the back of Cheeky Otter, having a look at sections of the track where you normally just would not overtake. But
yeah.
He's keen to get on with this.
He is, yeah. We'll just have a look at Elmo, who's right on the tail of Rico at the moment. And Rico into the pits. So Rico's given up on those mediums.
Got to go for the undercut.
Yeah, so I'd say we'll see C-Sabs in this lap. Just to counter everything. Hello, Jessica. Hope you're doing well. And Viking is obviously a tyre management nerd, so yeah, I'm sure he'll do well.
Rico's coming back out on the concrete tyres.
The concrete tyres, that's a good way to put it.
It's not far from the truth, though, is it?
It's right, though, isn't it? Having a look at Deku. LCN into the pit.
Bit of a battle going on between Rove, Cheeky Otter and Deku at the moment, all on 14-lap-old hards.
That's what they don't need. If they're on 14 old lap hards and they're trying to go long before they swap over tyres. Millsy's come out on soft, so this will be interesting for him in 13th. But these guys, they probably need to be working together with only 15 laps of this 28 lapper down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to compromise themselves times and places.
Definitely.
Interesting, LCN came out on the hards, so he's going to obviously finish on those.
But coming back to Millsy and onto the softs, that's a very interesting strategy there.
He's obviously making it a three-stopper. He can't go to the end on those.
You wouldn't think so, yeah. I mean, unless if there's a safety car, that'll work. That'll work like really well. But the way they're driving, I really don't see. Touch wood, I don't see a safety car. They're all driving pretty cleanly. But as I always talk about, it's the fatigue. Like, the fatigue kicks in, and, like, about lap 20, everyone, like, there you go, like, Cheeky Otter with a little bit of movement there. You know, just someone does something silly, and then we have a safety car. Cheeky Otter into the pits, giving up on the hard, so I guess he's going to switch to a pair of mediums.
Yeah, the battle he just got away from is a pretty intense one. You've got Apex, LCN, and Deku all doing battle at the same piece of real estate.
Yeah. So it might be... Oh, and they're both really clipping that curb. Like, Rove really hit that curb hard. Oof. Let's see. All right, so the field is really, really well spread out. I thought C-Savs would have gone in when Rico did for those hards. I think C-Savs is going to have to think about coming in sooner rather than later. I don't know. What do you reckon? Like,
yeah. They've been out there. He's been on them for a while, but maybe he's just waiting to see what Elmo, going with that philosophy, if I'm the last person to pit, that I've got fresher tyres throughout the race when we get towards the checkered flag. With a 4.9 second gap, he's successfully able to hold it, so why not just wait till everyone else pits? You've got V-Ducks on the same strategy as him and Elmo, so he just needs to get rid of two more of his protagonists, but there's a really good battle taking place at the moment between the old warhorses, Gares and Apex back in 9th and 10th spot. Gares has managed to get past the Viking on those fresh mediums, I beg your pardon, and is looming up behind his major adversary at the moment.
yeah, right on that tail. I don't know, and It's definitely not going to get it done here, but we'll see. Toblerone into the pits after 16 laps on those hards. Probably not a bad call from Tobbs.
Yeah, he's blinked. What about these front-running guys? You have to think. Okay, well, my thought process is you could probably get 22 laps out of the mediums here, although they wouldn't be wonderful to drive on that.
No, not at all. Not at all. That'd be awful.
And I think your guesstimation of about 16 laps before you start sliding around too much and you hear those wonderful words from Jeff, we think we're going to start losing some grip at the moment, which generally happens after you go sideways in a drift through a corner. Would be happening around about now to many of these guys. I would think.
100%. Yeah.
LCN, gee, he's fighting hard today, isn't he?
He's really pushing it.
And his steering wheel's holding together too, so let's
that's
keep our
always a
fingers crossed
positive.
here.
Yeah.
It didn't work that way in qualifying. There's nothing more frustrating. But, you know, by the same token, I remember I sat on the grid and my steering wheel and system was playing up and I missed the whole race. I didn't get, there were 2 races, I didn't get a sprint race and the feature races. We see LCN shaping up at the moment in the upper road. Mayo looks to the inside, circumspect about the overtake. But, whoa, Rome has a big 10 slapper.
There we go, LCN. LCN gets in front. Oh, whoa. LCN just playing the patient game and manages to get it done there.
Yeah, that's cool. I need to go to. Yeah, and I missed 2 races simply because of a wheel issue. Well, in actual fact, the game had reset itself and I didn't have a clutch. And I thought to myself, I was so disappointed because I did so many hours of practice.
Oh, Apex on the outside of Rome.
They say rubbing's racing. I don't know if Apex agrees. All over the track as he tries to get
God.
manages to make it. No.
Oh, there goes Gas as well.
All right. My buddy.
I think this is going to be the little battle here. We've got a great... I love it when we have a great mid-pack battle, and that's what we're getting.
Little battle that's good.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Tom, I walked away gutted, but at the same token, that's motorsport too.
Exactly.
Quite often cars have issues on the grid, so suck it up, sister.
That's it, yeah.
And I got over it pretty quick. It only took about 4 weeks. Or maybe 5. Okay.
Well, all right. Give or take a week.
On board with Gaz at the moment as he tries to line up Apex for an overtake, but Apex, I dare say at the moment, is using... No, well, he's using juice. He's down to 13%.
Oh, an LCN with a hell of an overtake on Deco. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a safety car. That's going to be a safety car. That's going to be a safety car.
Totally ripped the front quarter off. You don't see that from him. And here they go. Everyone in the pits. CSAV's in the pits.
I think they'll all pit. Yeah, I'd say that's a safety car.
Elmo's stayed out. V-Dux has stayed out.
I just want to keep an eye on...
Oh, Rico stayed out because he was on 3-lap old hards. He had no choice, I don't think.
No, I think, they're clearing that up, so no safety car. But wow, Deku out there. Sorry, Facebook user. Is that you, Roger? Because you were going, let's go CSAB. I assume that is you, Roger, but hello. If not, hello, CSAB's fan. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, whoa, there goes Gaz on Cheeky Otto with a hell of an overtake on those softs. So we've got Apex now and Gaz on softs, who should be able to last the rest of the race.
Apex on softs, Gaz on softs. You've got CSAB's Elmo, V-Dux, the Viking Toblerone, Beady Nuts.
Oh, they're pitting.
Cheeky Otter, all on mediums. Oh, this is just all open. And those guys have been out there for 19, 18 laps.
Yeah. So CSAB's on to...
Softs.
Were they hards? No, I look like hards, but...
Softs.
Yeah, softs. Yeah. I was gonna say, but Rico now takes the lead on those pair of hards.
And that's going to make fascinating viewing, isn't it? CSAB's going to have the pace on the softs, but the hards, we've got 8 laps. Ooh.
This is going to be hell of a finish.
I'm just gonna ring my mortgage broker and see how much I can get on CSABs. Poor Rico. And you know what's going through his mind at the moment? No! He knows that he's a sitting duck. He knows it. Those. In fairness though, those hards will come good. So with Rico's talent, he could well and truly stay close enough to try and put in a couple of lunges towards the last lap or something. But it's got to be an absolute Everest for him to climb.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Rico can defend. He knows how to defend. If he can. All right, so his goal for probably at least the next 3 laps, he needs to keep CSABs out of that DRS zone. That's his first goal. It's going to be hard. But if he can do that, and we see Gaz and Apex getting past Beady Nuts on those softs.
Literally, as we speak, CSABs is able to get back in.
Yeah, wow. Like Rico's, it's an uphill battle. So 90% ERS versus 33% ERS. DRS enabled it is, so CSAB with the DRS.
At 21 laps down, only 3 retirements. The Aussie dude, Deku and Drix.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
It tells you the depth of the talent. Even Sinker, who's not had the best race, he's back there in 14th spot, but a very capable steerer by the same token, So it's tough right throughout Schumacher series.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, we're a safety car away from the whole field being bunched up and everyone getting fresh tyres. Gaz with the fastest time on 134.104.
Well, here we go. Let's see what Rico is like at defending. Rico Nosberg, as he likes to be called.
The Nosberg. Right on his ass.
Yeah, he is in big trouble with CSABs. You can see he just wants to get on with the 2 brakes early, though. He's got to be patient and wait for the DRS, and you would think that this is a fait accompli.
You would think so. That's right off board. See what happens. Oh, right on the tail. Yeah, this is going to get done.
Let's see what Rico does. He lets him go.
He's not going to.
Yeah, he's thinking about his own race. See, I would have made it difficult because I'm just stupid, but he's far more intelligent than me. So, and Elmo's right behind him too. Elmo's on those fresh softs, so it's not done yet. And if you look further back, B-Ducks, who's just gone into the
gets
pits
the
and
overtake done on
softs.
LCN,
Yeah, so this is just going to be a fascinating battle right down to the checkered flag. And I suppose about now with 6 lap hards on Rico's car, you've just got to wonder and ask yourself, where is he going to finish up? B-Ducks 133.747, blinder.
Yeah, he's really going to put that pressure on Rico as we come into the final laps. But I don't think Rico will be thinking about that too much. He's basically going to have his eyes forward looking at CSABs because that's the kind of driver he is.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he's going to be too worried at this stage about Elmo. He will eventually because Elmo is closing that gap.
It's the first rule of karting too. Don't look behind. If you're in a go-kart and you're battling with a guy and he starts looking over his shoulder, you know you've got him.
Yeah.
Don't look behind until they're, all of a sudden you see that red arrow come up on your screen to indicate they're alongside. Keep focused on the apexes. Keep focused on getting the power down and trying to catch up to your rival.
Yeah. So I'd say a lot of these drivers will be exhibiting that property this evening. They are, they know how to race. Just on board with Apex at the moment, Gaz. So they're looking to catch Tobbs. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up to Toblerone. So Toblerone, definitely right on board with him, doing very well. P6.
I tell you an interesting one at the moment, to save you swapping screens. Apex, the drivers out there that have got the penalties, B-Nuts with 3 seconds, Cheeky Otter with 3 seconds, but Apex has 6. Now, BD Nuts is only 6.3 seconds behind, so he's going to be charging at the moment to try and get within that range.
But Apex on the soft tyres, so you'd think, or Toblerone-ship with 3 second time. 3 second time from multiple warnings. But you would think Apex on those softs should be able to increase that lead, given his time penalties.
I suppose it just depends on how aggressive the circuit is on those softs. To be honest with you, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I seem to think they went off pretty quick.
I think they were fading about a lap 8, I think.
Yeah.
From memory. So I think they're just going to last. I think just enough. Oh, and great little battle between Cheeky Otter and Rove. Oh, Rove. I don't think they made contact. They got very close there. Rico on podium, hopefully.
And that's what we love about this series, the fact that you can race side by side and not have any major issues like that.
That's right.
It's
There's enough trust. Yeah.
Elmo now onto the back of Rico in the DRS zone, but can't get the move done. The battle for second and third spot at the moment. Rico under attack.
Rico running very wide there.
Yeah, and he's going to lose the spot. He has absolutely spammed his ERS.
Oh, I think he's got. I reckon he's got. He's got the inside line. I reckon he's got it. He's got it. Oh, though into turn 2. No, he's got it.
Nailed by the smoke machine.
Got it.
Oh, Elmo at the moment will be going, really? You're on hards, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What have I got to do to get past you?
So
well, DRS is just around the corner, so he's got half a chance.
DRS, but the ERS is pretty much on par. A little bit more. It's more in Elmo's favour. We see Gares getting in front of Apex. Apex getting back in front of Gares. Gares back in. Whoa, okay. There's a whole bunch of overtaking going on here.
That's the worst part about doing commentary for these guys is you literally don't know where to look.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, they don't give us the tools, man. I wish it was all like on like a 10-second delay and like I could watch like, oh, okay, this guy's about to overtake this person.
Yeah, we just need 17 other computers all dialed into the lobby,
yeah,
so that we can do replays for every single one.
I believe that's where we're heading.
Races.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh God, there's really a lot going. Let's have a look at Cheeky Otter now on Rove. So we're looking at the battle for the last of the points positions.
Yep.
Cheeky Otter on those slightly older mediums. Rove, just a bit sketchy through there. See, we're gonna obviously Cheeky Otter's gonna have DRS here. Rove will not, because he's not quite close enough to beating us. Cheeky Otter just burning that ERS, and yeah, he just goes for it. So there we go. Just curious on Rove has a lot of ERS though. I don't think he's gonna be too worried about that with 3 laps to go.
Every time an engineer says to me, save ERS, I say, pardon, you're breaking up. What'd you say?
Yeah. I need more power.
Give me.
Rove back in front. Rove back in front on Cheeky Otter.
He's having a sensational race.
Yeah, he is.
Beady Nuts, not without... he'll be trying hard. He's on those hard tyres, and he's got Rove and Cheeky Otter on mediums, so he's hanging on for dear life as well.
Well, as long as these two keep duking it out, he doesn't really have much to worry about because they're just trying to outdo each other. Like, although, they're gaining pretty quickly.
Yeah. Stay with this battle, Tom. But I just want to tell you up front, Rico's doing an absolutely extraordinary job on Elmo at the moment because Elmo's got those soft.
Big spin by Cheeky Otter. Big spin.
What a shame.
That'll let the Viking through. It might not. No, it won't let Millsy through. But unfortunate there. So those tyres shouldn't have been giving up rather. That was again, like I was talking about. I think that was driver fatigue coming into play.
Well, the other thing too, which I'm so looking forward to F1 2022, is they've changed the tyre curve. At the moment, the tyre curves have got 4 points of interest. So there's 4 times the tyres will drop off on you, and it's reasonably sharp. The new one has something like 13 or 14 point, so it's going to be a much
okay.
smoother curve. So you're not going to come into a corner and go, well, I had heaps of grip last time and put the power down and find out that you've run out of talent. It's going to be a lot more gradual, and I'm so looking forward to that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's the excuse I've been using for spinning all of those times. It's got nothing to do with the fact that I'm a lunatic. Blame the machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, blame everything else but yourself. That's my ethos in life. Like, and I think it's a good one to have.
I had a mate in racing who used to race and have a sticker on the back of his car. If you're reading this, you're behind me, and that's because of my talent. If you can't read this, you're in front of me and you're cheating.
That's a good one. I like that. I need to add that to my my sprint car. That sounds good. Alright, so we might as well move to the front of the pack as we enter the second last lap. Currently on board with Elmo.
Yeah.
2.5 tenths off Rico. Rico,
an absolute
defending.
Absolute GG for Rico here.
Yeah.
He has just done an extraordinary job. This is a massive tyre differential, and Elmo's been going at it. At the moment, the interesting thing is that Rico's only on 10% ERS, and Elmo's been saving a little bit. He did chew a little bit up the stained DRS range down the back, but he's up around 35. You can see he squirts at the moment, but the more he can save, potentially for this last lap is going to be where he's going to want the most. But what's Rico going to do? Is he going to save a little bit? He's up to 20%. He's on the recharge.
That's definitely not enough. Like if Elmo really plants it with the RS, it's game over. Particularly on that back straight. So I'd say what Elmo's going to do here is not overtake here. That would be so. Save the ERS. Let the DRS open up, obviously, but not try to overtake here. And no, okay, he ignores me entirely. A little bit of little squirt, but I would have even saved that.
Yeah.
Like,
he's still got. Yeah, I'm the same with you. He's still got 20%, but hey, you'd want to be fifth gear as soon as the car's straight. On with the juice, hit the DRS, and just see how good the brakes are on the grip of your tyres.
Yeah.
Last lap lunges.
Last lap.
And can I just point out, they've closed the gap, or Rico's closed the gap to CSAVs too. So with 1 lap left to go, it's only 1.5 seconds between first and second, and 0.4 back to third.
It's absolutely insane. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if CSAPS is just sort of chilling out a little bit. He knows he's got this. Why push any harder than he has to? Like, why make it more difficult for yourself, if that makes sense? You know. Like,
I tell you what's going to be the big challenge. I forget what the computer says, but what do we say about driver of the day? Who do you pick? There's been so many stunning performances. And Rove picks up a 3-second penalty as well. Back there in ninth spot. Multiple warnings.
Well, we're obviously I'm gonna cheat here and bring up the position change.
V-Ducks.
V-Ducks is up there. I'm gonna go with LCN though. I've always got to go with LCN. Like,
and it's a return drive for LCN too, so that's pretty good when you're cold. Let's see what can happen now coming onto this back straight. Final lap underway. Rico goes defensive to the inside. I don't think Elmo's going to do it.
I don't think he will.
He's going to make a liar of me.
Rico with a very last
They're going to go side by side. He's going to go for the crisscross. Can he do it? No, I don't think so.
No, he didn't get the grip out of that turn. Yeah.
CSAPS.
What a race.
Stunning performance again. Rico, brilliant. And Elmo crossed the line 1, 2, 3 respectively.
Wow.
How good was that?
What a race. Right on board with, wow, that was insane. What a finish. Like, they were all within 2 seconds. That's insane.
Oh, lordy me. Then there's a bit of a gap back to V-Ducks. He comes down across the line. Yep. LCN
was a very solid
performance.
Fit. Yeah, very well done.
Irrespective of what the computer says, we're both going for LCN for the victory in the driver of the day there. Toblerone back there in 6th spot, comes through the final turn. Takes that checkered flag.
Oh, what happened to Apex?
Oh, no, don't tell me those two have had a lunge at each other.
I don't know. I think he hit the wall.
Yes, having in style. In fact, he's not. He's going to be in trouble. I think Rove's going to get him. He spun coming into the final turn. He loses two.
Whoa!
So Toblerone Beatty Nuts gets there. Rove doesn't. Well, does Rove? I don't know.
Rove's over the line, but yeah,
he's in, but he's in ninth. Then the Viking rounding out
Viking
the
in
top
the
10.
points. Very well done. Viking's second for my driver of the day. Like, coming from last into P10. Very well done.
I'm slowly trying to get my work to take me off Thursday and Sunday night shifts. I've managed to get tonight off, and there's the potential that I might get some in the future because this racing is just extraordinary.
Oh, it's
Hey,
amazing, mate.
Tom, thank you so much for letting me come and play. It's been great fun, bro.
Man, no, it's more been my pleasure than yours, trust me. Yeah, you are absolutely amazing at commentating. It's really good. I love it.
The computer did give it to V-Ducks.
V-Ducks, of course.
Places.
Yeah. And, you know, that's fair enough.
And deserving too, deserving. But that man, Gaz, on screen takes the final spot on the podium. Smile for his Instagram, people.
Yeah, as he accepts the trophy from the Chinese Ministry of Defense. What were you saying?
And who's that for Ferrari? Who's that guy in the background?
So that's the, I believe he manages the salon. So he does all the haircuts. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't miss that.
Yeah, they decided to have the barber on the podium.
The Scuderia style.
The Scuderia style, yeah. See.
Well, congratulations to CSABs, Rico and Elmo for taking out the podium here at China. Stunning performance. Elmo, V-Ducks, LCN, great return drive in the Alfa Romeo. Toblerone for the Red Bull team. Beatty Nuts, Gares, Rove and the Viking rounding out the top 10. A tough day at the office for Cheeky Otter, DJ Millsy, Apex, who we're not sure why he bowed out of that one. Maybe he might be able to send me a message and let me know. And Sinker rounding out the 14.
Yeah, that was a hell of a race. Hell of a race. I love it. I do love China. Yeah, great track. One of my favorites. I do like driving it too, personally. So
yeah, it's a great place, isn't it? It really does test you. It really tests you.
Hell yeah, yeah.
And that's what motorsport should be all about.
Exactly. At the end of the
day. Now you have a sprint car.
Well, no, I don't have a sprint car. I do sprint racing, like in a street car. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in further detail at a later date. But
yes, you certainly have my attention. But congratulations to all the drivers. This is a really, really tough track, and to make it through the full 28 laps in itself is an achievement. It is a tough place to race.
Exactly, and so no, of course, as always, thank you so much to all the drivers who partook. Is it partook? I don't know. I'm making up English at this point. But everyone that participated in the race, thank you. Thank you so much to the Viking who runs everything. Absolute legend. Just devotes so much time to all of this. And
totally.
Shout out to everyone who viewed tonight. We had a lot of people watching. It was so good. Thank you,
yeah,
Matt.
GG to you all for being along in the chat today too. It was good fun having you along.
It was, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. And I hope everyone in chat enjoyed it. But yeah, last but not least, shout outs to, as usual, to sollyshirts.com for all your merch. Check out Shutter Media. Excuse me, I'm a bit burpy. DJ Millsy's photography and media company.
And the man can take a picture.
He can. He's very good at it. I might have to... Well, we won't talk about it, but it'll involve no clothes on.
No, you told me in a stream once that he would do a nude calendar of HK racing and he refused point blank. I don't blame him. Mad Spirit, thank you very much. Thanks for being along for the stream. Appreciate your company. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah, Mad Spirit, we love you. Like, you're obviously awesome. And last but not least, shout out to simracing.co.za for all of your South African sim racing needs, please check them out.
And if you're listening from South Africa and tuning into the live stream, goeiemorgen.
Goeiemorgen. Oh, yeah, Afrikaans, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alles lekker, bro.
You're not bad at your languages too, my friend. Don't just been lekker, my friend. Don't just been lekker.
All right. So I am Thomas, and you have also been listening to the man, the myth, the legend, Grant, who hopefully we can do this more, man. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Anytime I've got a day off and you're willing to put the microphone up for me, my friend, I'm happy to. I love doing it with you. It's good fun. And we saw a great race tonight, and
It was amazing.
every time this series, the Schumacher level of racing is just so exceptional. I love being involved. And thank you for inviting me along, Tom. I really appreciate it. The Smoke Machine, ladies and gentlemen, a legend.
I don't know about that, but yeah, no, thank you so much for your kind words. All right, well, we'll leave it there, everyone. So yeah, I will be back. It'd be really good if Grant was back as well, but we will be back on Thursday for shit. I should know. It'll be probably like USA. I think USA. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. So. Fuck up.
As long as it's not Russia, you're happy, right?
Exactly.
See you later, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Ciao, ciao.